Yesterday, while was in a ceremony in Kitale in the memorial for the late Wamalwa Kijana, the former president Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta came out openly and refuted, denying the sponsor issue, that he is the main sponsor for the united opposition and all the political activities that is taking place as far as the opposition is concerned. The former president said that everyone is free to traverse any part of the country to sell the agenda as far as 2027 is concerned, and he said that any Kenyan is free to choose from which leader he will elect as far as becoming the president is concerned. He even gone ahead and said that if Kenyans will decide to re-elect President William Ruto, it is fine. If they will decide to choose Edwin Sifuna, it is fine, and the other leaders. Ladies and gentlemen, what does this imply? This clearly indicates that there is something wrong within the Republic of Kenya, because the notion and the news that has been in the public domain, especially from the leaders who are aligned to the government, they have been saying that the former president, Uhuru Kenyatta, is the one responsible for the activities of the opposition in this country. So, could it mean that the government sometimes just speculate without credible information or sources? This is one of the moments that bringing a lot of divided minds as far as the government is concerned, and also as far as the opposition's activities is concerned in the Republic of Kenya. To me, the statements by the former president clearly indicates that there have been a lot of speculation and misinformation and misinterpretation of every kind of news that has been going on in the country. And if it is true that the former president is not connected with the united opposition or the entire opposition fraternity, then the question in place is that who is the financer for the opposition activities? And your guess is as good as mine, because one thing that we must understand is that politicians, they always tend to group together, and they always tend to come together in order to chart their way forward or the agendas that they want to execute or articulate. So, to me, it simply means that if President Uhuru is not responsible for the financing or sponsoring the activities of the opposition, it is clearly that the leaders allied to the opposition are the ones who are responsible for the funding and for organizing and coordinating all the activities in place. And another question is that, do we want to mean that the opposition cannot organize themselves or they cannot fund their activities by ensuring that they hold rallies, they hold campaigns in all parts of the country? Must they only rely on the former president Uhuru Kenyatta for support so that to ensure that their campaign or rallies become successful? And if this can be true, then to me, the opposition is heading to a wrong direction. Because what if President Uhuru Kenyatta says that I will not meddle into your affairs, but I will let you go on and do your own things without my input? Do we want to mean that the opposition will not run in the Republic of Kenya? I don't think so, because I believe that within the opposition we have well-wishers, we have friends of the opposition, we have even those who are ready and are willing to give grants or even to offer support as far as ensuring that the activities of the oppositions go on well without interruption. So, what does it mean to the government? To the government side, this is a minus, and this is a very disappointing moment, because it simply means that the government has been working on speculation and has been relying on misinformation and incredible sources of information. And therefore, this is a call to the government to ensure that they put their house in order as far as the intelligence of the information, as far as the information sharing is concerned, and as far as reporting the right things is concerned. So, to me, the opposition got an upper hand because this was a vindication from the former President Uhuru Kenyatta, and it cleared the name of the opposition leaders as far as coordinating and organizing for rallies is concerned. And therefore, the notion that was in place that it is former President Uhuru Kenyatta who is responsible for coordinating the activities of the opposition in this country. So, therefore, this gave the opposition a clean sheet, and it vindicated them, and it gave them an upper hand as far as the forthcoming or as far as the upcoming rallies and campaigns are concerned within the Republic of Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, what can you say about the former President Uhuru Kenyatta's statement distancing himself from the activities of the opposition? Or could it be that the former President Uhuru Kenyatta fears the government of William Ruto? Because I don't think if Uhuru can be in that position of intimidation by the government of William Ruto. So what can you say about all these things? Ladies and gentlemen, until we meet in the next analysis, you can drop in your view, your comment as far as this issue of sponsoring the opposition by the former President Uhuru Kenyatta is concerned. Otherwise, thank you for listening and for watching this video.